Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome to my second video. This is Mavericks, and today we're gonna run through how to win more gunfights. Ever since this game came out, I know some of you guys have been having a hard time winning your fights, and so we're gonna run through some strategies on how to stay alive and get these kills. One of the reasons why it's been so hard is because of the time to kill in this game. Respawn made it so that normal people like you and me can't just go around completely wiping out squads. I say normal people because there's people like Shroud and Dizzy going around and taking out squads like it's nothing. But you know what I'm saying? Like for us normal people, we need to employ some strategies, play as a team in order to win and stay alive. So we're gonna run through some strats. So let's get into that right now. All right, guys, so the very first thing we're going to talk about today is to use cover. This isn't like any other game. You can't just run out and just start shooting at people. You're going to get melted. 3 people shooting at you will melt you in a second, right? It's not like Fortnite. You can't just build whenever you're getting shot at. So you have to use what's around you as cover. Rocks, trees, buildings, whatever you can find that can protect you. You want to use that to hide behind, to reload, to shield up, right? You can see me right here. I hide behind this wall and I shield up real quick and reload before I engage them.
Whose airstrike is that?
I'm gonna take a couple good shots here. I'm gonna land some shots and then I'm gonna need to reload again. So I duck behind cover, reload, and I see them pop that bubble shield. I know they can't shoot me while they're inside, so I run up and I advance, I get some more shots in, and then I hide to reload again, right? You don't wanna just sit back and let them heal, right? You can't just pop shots and let them heal. You have to be advancing if you want to win those fights. You have to push, and you have to push together as a team. And so communication and working together with your team is so important here in this game, right? And so I get some shots in and I'm gonna start advancing even more, using my smokes to get closer. And right here I take a shot at this guy and he's already down, right? One shot and he's down. He's probably the guy that I lit up earlier. And my team's advancing, so I'm gonna push with them, right? And so we're going, and it's full send at this point. We know one's knocked, right? We get another knock, and one guy left, and we just full send it on this guy, and I end up taking out the whole squad.
Storm. Protag, you're weak.
All right, next thing we're gonna talk about is healing. Healing is so important for your fights, guys. You can't really see because of the overlay, but I have absolutely no shields right here. And one of my friends goes down. It's a 2v1 now, and so I get kill greedy and I just go for him without any shields, without healing up, and he ends up having shield. I think he had over 50 shield on him, and he ends up killing me or knocking me. And luckily my friend ends up cleaning up that kill, and so we don't get eliminated, but and he does get that res. But in this game, with your gunfights, any sort of advantage helps, right? Any sort of advantage is gonna determine whether you live or die, whether you kill your opponent or whether he kills you, right? And so having those heals and using those heals even in between fights, right? Before you move on to your next engagement, your next opponent, make sure you heal up. I've lost so many games when it's down to the last squad and I get kill hungry, right? And I just want to get that final kill, or I just want to finish it quick, and so I don't heal up and he ends up melting me, right? And so you have to use whatever advantage that you can get in this game and use it against your opponents. That's why finding cover and using it, using your smokes, whatever it is, using these heals is gonna give you that advantage over your opponent. And so you have to use them. All right, so in this clip, I wanted to show you guys an instance of where healing saves my life. So this is actually the same game as the last clip you saw. It's actually right after it. And I'm gonna go for this flank because I see them pushing forward, and so I get the flank on this guy and I end up hitting him, but he takes out my entire shield, right? And so I get this knock on him and this Mirage ends up dropping right in front of me. I end up losing him in the smoke and I'm about to push, but I change my mind and I reload my gun and I end up using that shield battery while I'm covered by the smoke. And you can see in the next in this engagement with this Mirage, he's gonna completely take out my shield again. And so if I didn't use that shield battery, he would have completely killed me, right? I would have been knocked, and I get my kill stolen here, but you know, we get the win, and that's all that matters. All right, so the number 3 is hipfire. Hipfire in this game is really effective. In a lot of other games like Fortnite, hipfire sucks, right? But in this game, hipfire is actually pretty effective, especially when you're in close quarters combat, and especially when you're facing multiple opponents. Aiming down sights takes some time, right? And using that hipfire is so much quicker. And so you can see here, I'm gonna bust some smokes. I'm gonna use some ADS and some hipfire. I'm gonna switch in between those two, and that's what you need to be doing, right? Because the hipfire is so much faster. It's a little bit less accurate, but it is still pretty accurate in this game. So I'm gonna hipfire this lifeline, and I'm gonna hipfire this wraith with my wingman. We get those 2 knocks, and my buddy ends up killing that caustic, and we end up killing this entire trio. Alright, so the last thing I wanted to talk about is strafing. Most people are coming from Fortnite, and in Fortnite you do a lot of jumping or crouching or building to avoid getting hit. But in Apex, you need to be strafing from left to right. You always have to be moving to avoid those shots. If you jump up, it actually keeps you linear for them, and so they can actually still easily hit you, and the jump is pretty slow. But if you're strafing left to right, you can see here that they're gonna miss all of their shots, and you want to be strafing sporadically so that they can't track you as easily. And so make sure that you're strafing, make sure that you're moving, make sure that you can practice lining up your shots, ADSing while you're strafing, and keeping your crosshair on that target while you're strafing. And if you can keep practicing that and get better at that, you'll be winning more gunfights, and you'll be getting more shots and getting more kills. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you guys were able to learn something today. I really hope that these strategies are going to help you guys to win your fights, get some wins. Just a note, it's not going to be instant, right? Your fights aren't going to instantly get better. It's something that you're going to have to practice every day, right? It's going to be something that you have to work on. Implement these strategies maybe just one at a time, right? Work on one, and then once you've mastered that, move on to the next, and then build your repertoire of strategies so that all of these things can come into play into your fights, right? Just keeping these things in the back of your mind so that when the opportunity arises, you're going to use them, you're going to implement them, and hopefully you're going to win those fights. All right, thank you guys again so much for watching. Please make sure and do the like and subscribe thing. And if you guys have any questions at all, I stream almost every night on Twitch. It's just Mavericks, MAVRX on Twitch. Feel free to pop in anytime and ask me any questions on chat, whether it's about gameplay or strategy or even just about life. I'm here for you guys. I'm always down to help as much as I can. And so yeah, feel free to stop by. Thank you guys. You guys are all so awesome. Hope you guys have a good night, day, whatever it is. Thank you. Peace out.